I never imagined my life would come to this. I trusted my wife, shared everything with her, and built a life I thought was solid. But I found out the truth the hard way. She had been cheating for months. The first time I confronted her, she tried to deny it. She cried, begged for forgiveness, and promised it wouldn't happen again. I wanted to believe her, but the evidence was too clear. Then came the ultimatum. She told me that she was having a child. Not ours. Not together. But with the man she had been seeing behind my back. She asked me to sign the birth certificate. She said it would make things easier, that it was the right thing to do. I stared at her, unable to process what I was hearing. No, I said firmly. I won't sign it. That child is not mine, and I will not pretend it is. Her face went pale, then twisted with rage. I had never seen her like this before. Furious, desperate, and unhinged all at once. She shouted, called me every name in the book, accused me of being cruel and selfish. I stayed calm, even though inside I felt a storm of emotions. You're going to ruin everything, she screamed. You're going to destroy my life, our life. I took a deep breath. You ruined our life the moment you chose him over me. I'm not signing a document that lies about the truth. She tried to manipulate me, saying the child would be harmed without my signature, that it would make her life unbearable. But I didn't give in. I reminded her that the legal system exists to protect children, not to let one parent cover up infidelity. Signing the certificate would have been complicity, and I refused to be complicit. Over the next few days, she continued to escalate. She called lawyers, tried to threaten me with custody issues for our children, and even contacted my friends and family to make me look like the villain. I stayed strong. I gathered all evidence of her affair, text messages, emails, and witnesses. I consulted my own lawyer and made sure everything was documented. When the time came to confront her legally, she realized that the leverage she thought she had was gone. I wasn't going to back down, and the truth was on my side. She finally broke down. The screaming and shouting ended. She realized she had pushed me too far, and that I wouldn't support her lies. The affair ended publicly once it became clear that I wouldn't cooperate. Her so-called plan had collapsed, and she was left facing the consequences of her choices. I didn't gloat. I didn't celebrate. I simply focused on protecting my family and maintaining honesty, even if it meant enduring her anger and resentment. It was the hardest decision I've ever made, but it was the right one. I refused to let someone else's betrayal force me into a lie. Months later, the legal matter was resolved. I wasn't responsible for a child that wasn't mine, and I had held my ground without giving in to threats or emotional manipulation. My wife's temper had been frightening, but it taught me an important lesson. The right thing is not always easy, but it is always worth it. And even though she had tried to drag me into her lies, my refusal to sign the birth certificate became the turning point, a boundary I would never let anyone cross again.